Dear colleagues, it is my pleasure to present you our study about the cultural heritage as a potential for connecting settlements along the Danube River, a case study. The aim of this study is to identify potential that cultural heritage has on the connection of different settlements and countries along the Danube River, because it is considered that the same historic and cultural backgrounds are not always necessary to develop great connections among people, and also to provide visitors to recognize local values of different locations. We believe that recognition and preservation of cultural heritage can be a generating element to connect different places and cultures in one unique framework that can include tourist attractiveness and distinctiveness at the same time. With improvements of the visibility of cultural heritage and creation of comprehensive spatial and cultural network, connection of communities along the river could bring benefit not just on local level, but on the whole region. What is cultural heritage is defined by the UNESCO as cultural legacy, which we receive from the past, which we live in the present, and most importantly, that we should pass on our future generations. We can find two types of cultural heritage: tangible, which refers to physical artifacts that are produced, maintained, and transmitted in a society, such as sites and historical sites and monuments. And there is intangible cultural heritage that refers to non-physical intellectual wealth, such as folklore, customs, beliefs, languages, etc. We have seen that cultural heritage highlights the potential of tourist offers for some reasons that are here listed, as those visits are not seasonal and materially sensitive. Then the target group of tourists who travel are more than average. It also evokes a subjective experience among tourists, especially when we speak about those intangible cultural heritage. It is also a very complex experience that is based on services that provide insight not only into material heritage, but also in intangible historical and cultural context. And finally, it gives visitors an authentic sense of local values and heritage, while different customs also complement the attraction of different sites. Here you can see some of examples of tangible and intangible cultural heritage. And what is also interesting is that synergy of tangible and intangible cultural heritage, when we have some monuments in which different kind of intangible cultural heritage could be seen. Why we have chosen the River Danube as a case study is the fact that it connects 10 European countries. And although each of those countries has some specificities and local traditions, they have one very common history and common memory of past times. And also from the aspect of tangible and intangible heritage, we all know that this is the place where root of emperors and kings in interesting cross-section of that European diversity. And some of local settlements are also listed by the UNESCO World Heritage List, such as Old Town Regensburg in Germany, Warsaw Cultural Landscape, Historical Center of Vienna, Hungarian capital Budapest, Gambisigrad, Romuliana in Serbia, Danube Delta in Romania, and Srebarna Nature Reserve in Bulgaria, but also many other local settlements that are protected as a cultural heritage. Our research is developed through 3 EU-funded projects, and through those projects we have researched the cultural heritage, and we tried to develop different conclusions and also recommendations how to improve the visibility of important settlements along the river and connect them in one unique tourist offer. We have seen that numerous settlements along the Danube River represent the great potential for creating a comprehensive spatial and cultural network. that those settlements connect all communities along the river, uniting them in one single tourist destination as a brand with 10 tourist routes, develop opportunities that can increase the number of visitors and extend their stay in the area, and also that tangible and intangible heritage can jointly generate the urban development of each local settlement with an unused cultural and tangible and intangible heritage. During the research, we have seen three different types of settlements. The first group is consisted of capital cities on the Danube River, so like Vienna, like Budapest, like Belgrade. The second group consists of smaller settlements and so-called twin cities, very interesting settlements on left and right river bank of the river Danube, connected by the bridges with their local attractions, but also jointly creating one possible unique tourist offer. And the third group are border fortifications of the Roman Empire, with heritage from the Roman times along the Danube River, and most of those locations are already included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The first elements that are encouraging the development of tourism and also the urban development are different urban events that often relate to heritage tourism and that focus on historical traditions or create a new tradition associated with local attractions. And there are great tradition of organizing cultural festivals, not only cultural and music programs, but also gastronomy that plays very important role for tourist attractiveness of local sites. So we strongly believe that on the banks of the river Danube, it is important to organize festivals very closely related to the cultural heritage, both tangible and intangible, and in that way provide visitors and tourists and locals with new knowledges about heritage, about the history, and this is the way to develop one unique tourist offer, especially for those neighboring regions. What we made as a conclusion is that numerous economic indicators can confirm the view about the tourist potential of different sites as very important for the development of the region. The second, that the organization of the tourist site itself depends on the type of attraction, of course, but also on the way it is presented, then on the architectural and urban design of the site, which is making it more prominent and attractive for different kind of visitors. And that significant factors that can generate the urban development of each individual settlement are tangible and intangible cultural heritage, which is often an underestimated cultural and social resource. Its recognition, preservation, and emphasis affect the overall urban development of certain settlement, but also beyond. And finally, very important fact is that participants in the process of revitalization and inclusion of the cultural heritage of a region in the tourist offer should strongly work jointly and should strongly cooperate in one transdisciplinary and transcultural level for the historical context to be presented in our contemporary frameworks, not just on the local, but also on regional and international levels. Thank you for your attention.